Good morning, I'm Carly.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Hannah.
We have some things to discuss what has recently been happening in America. There was an incident that happened yesterday in Newtown, Connecticut. Mackenzie, would you like to explain the details?
Yes, tonight we mourn the loss of 20 children and 6 adults as a tragedy happened yesterday morning about 9:40 a.m. when a man by the name of Adam Lanza opened fire on the Sandy Hook Elementary School campus in Newtown, Connecticut.
Authorities believe the suspect to be 20 years old, Adam Lanza, the son of a teacher at Sandy Hook. Before the school shooting took place, he also took the life of his mother at her home.
As we dive deeper into this case, this event is not only going to change the lives of the families, but will change our outlook on gun laws in the U.S.
Administrators from inside the school frantically called 911 as they heard gunshots from just yards away. Here is the first 911 call from the school secretary.
Location of emergency.
Sandy Hook School. I think there's somebody shooting in here at Sandy Hook School.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because somebody's got a gun. I saw a glimpse of somebody. They're running down the hallway.
Okay.
They're still surrounding. They're still shooting. Sandy Hook School, please.
Are you safe right now?
I think so. My classroom door is not locked.
Okay. Is there anybody that can lock the classroom door without being safe?
No.
Safe to do so. Okay. All right. Just try to stay where you are. Okay. Is there any way
Yes, there's children in this room.
Okay. Try to apply pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have people coming. Okay. All right. Is there any other teacher with you in there, or is just students?
No, there's 2 other adults in the room with me.
Okay. All right. Are they right next to you? Where are they in the room?
No, they're over on the other side of the bookshelf.
Okay. All right. Are you okay right now?
For now, hopefully.
Down the corridor. All right. I want you to take cover. Jen, get the sergeant. All right. Get everybody you can going down there. All right. Let me get some information from you. What makes you think that?
The front glass was all shot out there. It kept going on.
Okay.
Chris, I'm on the line with a 911 call with you.
It's still happening.
Shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School.
All right. What about the students in the front of the building?
Everything's locked up as far as I know. I'm not in the front.
All right. You're in lockdown?
Yeah, they're in lockdown. I keep hearing shooting. I keep hearing popping.
Guys, we got a shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown. That's what 911's ringing off the hook for.
Call the state police, okay?
State police have been notified.
They've been notified.
In total, there are about 7 calls made to 911 throughout the shooting from teachers and staff within the school that have been released. There was said to be a lack of emergency from law enforcement. All of these events took place in a span of around 10 minutes. It's crazy to think that a deadly school shooting such as this took place in a matter of minutes and that absolutely no one saw it coming.
There has been talk about Governor Daniel Malloy passing new laws banning the sale or purchase of magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds of ammunition, like those used in the Sandy Hook shooting. Also, universal background checks would not be required for all firearm purchases.
Over the years, there have been many shootings such as the Columbine school shooting in 1999 and Virginia Tech in 2007, including many more. Since the Columbine shooting, between the years 2000 and 2012, there have been nearly 400 school shooting events. I was watching CBS News recently, and they explained how schools are now importing gun safety rules and drills in case of an occurrence.
I think this is very smart because as years go by, more and more shootings are occurring, and we need to teach our children and everyone how to be safe. And we also need to learn how to prevent these things from occurring more frequently and eventually stop these shootings from happening.
Because of the media, this event has made America live in fear of sending our youth to school. We believe the lack of mental health support of these kids who feel left out and unstable can cause the children to behave in a different, more angry and aggressive way.
As we look at how different news sources portrayed this event, it seems to me that there are multiple views on this. For example, an article from CNN, How Sandy Hook Changed the Response to Mass Shooting, shares how the FBI and police are now being taught strategies if these situations were to ever happen again.
Since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, there have been multiple gun laws that have been proposed, but none have been passed at the moment. There are high hopes all across America that after this extreme tragedy, that America will take action and impose more gun laws.
These ideas include more inclusive background checks and banning the sale of semi-automatic rifles.
This event attracted a variety of media sources all around America. It is all over the news and is causing Americans to look at the situation with the desire to change gun laws. Many citizens believe that gun access is out of control and it is way too easy for anyone to get their hands on them. The media affects the minds of Americans, creating fear in people because the media shows the tragedy of the shooting and its horrific result, but does not cover the true source or reason for the gunman committing these crimes. The media, in this case, is creating bias by using a fear-based objective while appearing to remain neutral. Fox and CNN are good examples because they both are politically driven sources, but twist these stories and cover this event to create fear. What many sources fail to cover is the mental state of the suspects and what drives them to do such a thing.
I agree. An article from the New York Times says that Adam Lanza, the perpetrator, was obsessed with shootings and actually made a spreadsheet of all shootings dated back from the 1700s. They also discovered that his mother before this happened that Adam had what's called Asperger's syndrome, which affects one's ability to effectively socialize and communicate. So he did have some mental issues.
See, and that is what the news doesn't cover. That is a real problem because if there is a way to help students and people, then maybe we can significantly decrease these situations from occurring.
I believe the underlying issue is that on top of the stress of becoming an adult through your high school years, students are being impacted by so many other factors that I don't think we can even understand.
Exactly. I think that school can be stressful at this time in your life, and the growing popularity of social media platforms is making these impressionable minds think that they have to be or look a certain way. And if they don't feel like they meet this quota of an appearance, they can feel left out.
Media has definitely impacted America's thoughts on gun laws due to mass shootings, and something has to change. Well, that is all the time we have, folks. Stay safe out there. See you next time.
Here, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class.
These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.